You're good enough for Detroit.
But he can't bear what comes with
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and three toes. I will beat your ass.
Here comes that pressure. Mayfield in the middle. It's intercepted. It's Derek Barnes. Seattle's got to make a stop. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to throw it back to Goff. Who had that on the bingo card?
And a second. Here's a little trickery. St. Brown back to Goff. Lee Flicker's got Laporta wide open. Sam Laporta foot race towards the end zone. Diving touchdown. Unreal.
52 for the win. It is just good. Just inside the upright. Jake Bates, hometown hero. And the Lions have come all the way back.
Here comes the heat. It's Hutchinson again. Number 3, the hat trick for Aiden Hutchinson.
Blocked there by Zylstra. It's caught by Jamison Williams. There he goes. Foot race with Miller. Foot race with Savage. That is 6 for number 9.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Welcome to the live pregame show, the Pride Podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm. As you can see, I am solo dolo today. Guys are busy right now, so I'm just going to hit the pregame show solo, and we're going to talk about this game real quick, man. Starting off with the transactions. We had some transactions this week. We had some big news, and we're going to go right into it, man. Starting off with some waivers. The Detroit Lions, they signed Anthony Frisker and Tom Kennedy to the active roster. The Lions also activated Miles Frazier from the PUP list. They waived Craig Reynolds. They also waived Quentin Jefferson, the defensive lineman, Arthur Moulette, the guy who played nickel for us for some key plays. And also Nick Whiteside, who had that big game when we were missing all those corners. He also got waived as well. The Lions activated edge rusher Marcus Davenport from the reserve injured list. So he's active this game. So we won't talk about that. And then the big news. Center Frank Ragnow decided to come out of retirement to join the Lions for this back half of the season. So that is big news for the Detroit Lions, getting Frank Ragnow back. He's not going to be available this game, but as we heard from reports, that he's going to be back sooner than later. He's already active, and he's on the roster, so he's good to go, just not playing this game. So that's going to be big when we get him back. So just going to this Lions-Packers game, we're going to go right into the inactive list. So the guys who are not playing this game, we have Khalif Raymond. He's not playing this game. Kirby Joseph is inactive. Graham Glasgow is inactive this game. And Miles Frazier is also inactive. This is actually big because with Graham Glasgow not playing, I actually thought maybe we'll see Miles Frazier, but Miles Frazier is inactive, so that's kind of big. Tyler Lacey, defensive lineman, he's inactive. Brock Wright, tight end, is inactive. And Mekhi Wingo, it seems like he's inactive every week, but he's also inactive this game. So that's what the Detroit Lions inactive list. Also want to bring up, because they didn't activate, but they actually opened a 21-day window for Josh Pascal, and it looks like that he's not going to be inactive. He's going to be actually shut down for the rest of the season. So Josh Pascal, I guess, didn't make the requirements during that 21-day window, and they actually closed it. So that 21-day window actually expired, and he's not on the roster. So he looked like he's going to miss the remainder of the season. But there's some positives with this week with that inactive list. We're going to see Terron Arnold. He's going to be active. So that's good that we're going to have at least our cornerbacks playing this game. We're going to have Terron Arnold. We got DJ Reed on the other side. So that's going to be good news for the Lions corners. And also, we're going to get Henderson back. So that's good news. So he's going to be active this game as well. So for the Packers inactive list, the guys who are not playing for the Green Bay Packers, we have wide receiver Matthew Golden, their first-round pick. He's inactive. Defensive end Lucas Van Ness is inactive. Defensive tackle Carl Brooks is inactive. Wide receiver Savion Williams is inactive. This is big for them. The linebacker Quay Walker, he's been having a huge year this year. He's been good for them. He's inactive. Cornerback Nate Hobbs is inactive. And offensive lineman Donovan Jennings is inactive for the Packers. So, with that being said, we're going to go right into this game because this game is like a must-win game for Detroit as far as what they need to do, because you don't want to go 1-3 in the division. That is going to be a huge question mark. Is if they lose this game, that's going to be a huge question mark if they can even make the playoffs. Damn the division. Now we're fighting for a playoff spot if we do not lose this game. So that changes everything, because I know everybody's expectations. I know my expectations coming to this year was Super Bowl or bust. Now, if we lose this game, we're damn near fighting for our life, guys. We are fighting for a playoff spot now. So this is as much of a must-win game as there is. All right. So we're going to talk about this game real quick because we have about 30 more minutes before kickoff. So we're going to talk about this game. We're going to just jump right into the Green Bay Packers defense versus the Detroit Lions offense. All right. This is the big thing right now. A lot of people are talking about it because when you're looking at the Green Bay Packers defense, they're having a hell of a year as far as their defense. Right now, they're ranked 4th overall in total defense, 5th against the passing, and 6th against the run. And that's where everybody is saying that they're going to give us a lot of trouble as far as us running the ball on them, because they're ranked 6th. And as far as, those outside runs, they contain those really well. I think that's something that they really been to emphasize of, wanting to stop is those outside runs. Green Bay Packers in the past, that was a team that they didn't really, it seemed like they didn't really care about stopping the run. They cared about causing turnovers and stop the team from scoring points. But as far as rushing yards, it seemed like they didn't care. But this year, different. This year is totally different for that team. They are stopping the run, and they're just overall as a defense, they're playing really well. So this is going to be a huge task. I mean, I want to see how the Lions is going to be able to generate offense with our offensive line being hurt, because our offensive line before even being hurt, it was bad. It wasn't good. And now that we're missing our starting center who hasn't been playing well, but with him being out, now we have a backup. Hopefully the backup plays well. Now we're talking about Tristan Colon. He's going to be starting in for Graham Glasgow, who's inactive today. So we're hoping that he can have a better games than Graham Glasgow, because Graham Glasgow hasn't been good. Let's put that out there. Hopefully, when we get Frank Ragnow back and we move Graham back to the guard position, hopefully things are better. Hopefully things are it's going to look good, because he played better as a guard than he does as center. And having Frank next to him, having Frank next to you is going to just improve your overall game overall. So I think the whole interior is going to benefit for having Frank back. But that's Frank Ragnar's not going to play this game. So we got to get past this game. And hopefully, Tristan Colon could, step in and do a serviceable job, because we're playing against a good front right now. We're playing against, we got Micah Parsons, they still got Rashad Gary. And those are the edge rushers. So we really got to buckle up and try to get our running game going and just everything in general, because the first time we played them, it was not good. You talking about an offense, this probably was one of the worst offenses I've seen from Detroit Lions in a very long time. That was from when we first played the Packers. They just completely shut us down. As far as like the running game, they took it away completely. That was a game that combined rushing yards, we had 46 rushing yards on the ground. Between Monty and Gibbs, we have 46 rushing yards the first time we played the Packers. So it wasn't good. It wasn't a good game. But we look at that game as, a game that we looked at that as a game as like an extended preseason game. Because that was the first time there was play calling. Things wasn't right. So hopefully, playing the Packers second time around, we're more prepared. I think that's what it was. I think we wasn't prepared the first time. Now we're more prepared. That's what I'm hoping we are. And the big question is the offensive line. Can the offensive line protect Goff this game? Are we going to still see that interior pressure? Are they going to take away the running game? If that happens, I could easily see us losing this game. If they take away our running game and they're just forcing that interior pressure, this game could be a easy loss. So I am hoping that they figured this shit out. I'm hoping they figured it out. Hoping our interior line, our offensive line in general, can do their job. Just do your job, keep Goff clean, and get this running game going. I mean, if you get Gibbs going, I think, if we get Gibbs going, we are going to win this game. So right now, the X factor for me is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. I want to see Gibbs go off because last time we played him, Gibbs only had 19 rushing yards. 19 rushing yards, 9 carries, 19 rushing yards, 2.1 yards per carry. That's not good. If that happens again, this is over. It's a wrap. We ain't winning this game. So it's as simple as that. You got to get Gibbs going. If Gibbs goes off or has one of his better games, we win this game. It's that simple. All right, so that's just talking about the Green Bay Packers defense, the Lions offense, what the Lions need to do. Let's talk about the Packers. All right, the Packers offense versus the Lions defense. This is interesting. I mean, they got Jordan Love. Golden's out. It looked like they've been missing that number one receiver. It seems like when you watch this Packers offense, it seems like something's missing. Numbers-wise, Jordan Love is not playing horrible. Numbers-wise. You look at his numbers, you're like, okay, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It's not the worst. But something's missing with his offense. It's not clicking the way that it should be clicking. And that's why they're kind of struggling offensively. And I think the Lions, get some guys back. I think we can give their offense some trouble. This got to be a game that, Shepard, Kelvin, Coach Shep, he has to step up and get these guys ready because the way they played last week wasn't good. But Coach Shep has a record of having these guys ready. The defense always, all year long, they've been consistent. I mean, we had a bad game last week, but all year long, they've been consistent. So we see another consistent game from this defense. And just confuse Jordan Love, man. Jordan Love hasn't been playing the best. Number-wise, yes. But as far as like what you watch on the field, you're like, huh? You're like he's missing throws. But it could be a product of, not having that receiver. I think they're missing that guy. So you're looking at the Green Bay Packers offense. They're ranked 13th overall. Passing-wise, they're 16th. And rushing-wise, they're 15th. So they're like in the middle of the pack. They're a very average offense. You look at Detroit Lions defense, they're ranked 10th overall. Passing-wise, they're 16th. And our big strength for the Detroit Lions is stopping the run. And they're ranked 11th right now. So this is the game that I think the Detroit Lions, especially having our corners come back, this is stop the run. When you talk about the Packers, stop the run. And try to confuse Jordan Love because Jordan Love he has one of his years like this year he's been confused. He has been having one of his best years. So this is a game. This can easily be a defensive battle game. And for some reason, I'm actually leaning that way as far as like the score and everything else. I'm leaning to this being a defensive game. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna make this pregame show really quick so we can all get ready for the game itself. Let's go right into the scoring predictions. All right, I'm gonna go right into the scoring predictions, bowl predictions. Hell, for the bettors, I might give you guys a pick. Might give you guys a lock of the week. Might give you guys that route. If you guys are bettors and want to pay some bets, not gonna be on this game, but I may throw you guys a free pick. Let's see how it goes. All right. So with this game, we have a -3 spread. So 3-point spread for the Lions, the home team. This is tough. This is a tough game, man. This is a game that if they lose this game, it changes everything. It changes everything. So I have this as a must-win game. As bad as it is, because I think that the Packers defense is going to give us a lot of trouble this game because our offensive line. We have to figure out how to win this game. They have to figure it out. They got to dig deep, figure out something, play their best game. I don't know what they got to do. I don't know if they need that. Not sure if you guys seen Space Jams when they had that Mike's Specials juice or drink, whatever, and they all drank it and Looney Tunes went crazy and started playing well. I don't know. But he needs something. Something needs to give because they can't lose this game. They can't lose this game. I if this was any other circumstances, I would actually pick the Packers to beat us. I would pick them to beat us just because the offensive line situation and the Packers have a really, really good defense. But this is just a must-win game for Detroit. They have to win this game. All right. So because of that, I'm gonna have Detroit Lions win this game. This is go out and say 21-17 Lions. 21-17 Lions. So that's 4 points. So they cover the spread. So I mean, you guys want to bet on that Lions spread -3. I have them covering. Bold prediction for this game. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be my bold prediction because I've been on X and I've been seeing a lot of people giving Hutchinson. They've been talking about Hutchinson like he's been a problem with his defense. I don't know why. I think it's absolutely crazy. But I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I'm gonna say Hutchinson gets 3 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson gets 3 sacks this game and a forced fumble. Let's just do that. Aiden Hutchinson, 3 sacks and a forced fumble. That's my bold prediction for this game. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. Aiden Hutchinson, 3 sacks and a forced fumble. So I told you guys I'm gonna give you guys a pick. So anybody that's betting out there, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm looking at the games just for today. I'm gonna do the game for today. All right, not the Lions game because I already gave that one away. I think you should put the -3 on the Lions because it's not because I'm just saying just because this is a must-win game. They have to win this game. If they don't win this game, I think we can all come back here on the post-game show and we need to hit the panic button. This is not good. This won't be good. All right. So besides that, let's go with damn, I don't like any of these games. Damn. You know what? I'm actually going to go. This is crazy, guys. But hear me out here. All right? Hear me out. I'm going to go Dallas +3.5. This sounds crazy. I know people are like, what? Sounds crazy. All right, Dallas is at home. They have been playing well. Their offense is playing really well. Dak is playing at all. Right now he's one of the MVP candidates. That's crazy as it sounds with a 5-5 record. But that just shows how crazy Dak has been playing. And he got these guys playing at a high level of the offense. They might upset the Kansas City Chiefs, man. I actually might see it happening. So if you're gonna bet, take the +3.5 for Dallas and just make that money, guys. Let's do that. All right. So we're almost at kickoff, and for the post game show, Tyler will be back. So I won't be alone. I have my sidekick back. Tyler will be here, and we'll talk about the game, man. We'll talk about the game. Hopefully, we'll talk about a win. Hopefully, because if not, you might see. If we don't win this game, definitely come back. There's gonna be some words to be said. And we'll leave it as that, man. Everybody enjoyed Thanksgiving. And I'll see you guys for the post-game show. We'll be immediately after the show. We'll be right back here. Well, I will be back with Tyler, and we'll talk about the game. And hopefully it's a dub, man. All right, guys. I am out. It's your boy Malcolm. Peace.